It's Electra. I worked my 3-hour shift at a restaurant. So I can say now for the first time in my life that I have worked at a restaurant for a 3-hour shift. And I'm beat, but I feel like it's a good beat. I don't feel totally destroyed. Of course, it was just 3 hours. I don't know. I doubt I could do this for an 8-hour shift, at least not right now. I would have to work up to it, I mean, I liked the fact that I was moving and I was able to do things, and it's weird, I felt good. I guess this was the first time I worked for income since September 20th 19th last year, so it felt good actually, like work. I liked what I was doing. I think I did well. I don't know if I'll get offered the job or not. I don't think I would take it unless I'm either offered like some kind of manager position, or I don't know, maybe they're willing to make a position for me. I doubt that, but I can hope. And but yeah, I did well. I think I did well. I was working with two people half my age. I wasn't I don't think I was the oldest person working there. I mean, I was close to the oldest. The general manager, I think, is about my age, so like mid-40s. There's a bartender there. It's probably, I'm guessing, is maybe like late 30s, early 40s. So it was a good age mix. Like no one that old, which I guess it doesn't matter. But I don't see old people wanting to work there, probably. Yeah, I was just thrown into the thick of it. I mean, it was kind of that's just like how work is now with training. It's like they put me with a, I don't know, I'm gonna guess she was like a 20-year-old girl, maybe early 20s. Definitely, if I have to guess, I would think she was on the spectrum for sure. I think a lot. I would say, like I said before, I think like at least half the people working there are on the spectrum, and so that I like that. I like the fact that, like, if I have to work at a restaurant, I would like the fact that I'm working with people that are like on the same wavelength as me, and it seemed really cool as far as everyone was nice to each other, and I didn't see anyone like getting angry at a coworker or just like making somebody feel bad. So that's important to me. I was there this is exactly how I looked there. I wore this shirt, and I liked my hair tonight. I actually spent time like styling it with a little bit of a volumizing gel and then a mousse. I blow dried it. I think I looked good. Sometimes I wonder, like, do I look good for like a woman, or can people, I mean, like, I know I don't 100% pass, but like, does my makeup at least like look like a woman would do their makeup? I don't want to look like a drag queen. I want to look like a regular person wearing makeup, regular woman wearing makeup. Like, I'm not trying to do anything crazy. Like, I think my makeup's fairly good. I mean, but I feel like it's a lot around here sometimes, because like a lot of women here don't really wear makeup that much. I guess it's like just something I've noticed in St. Louis and probably the Midwest in general. It's not like Texas or Dallas, that's for sure. Dallas is probably like makeup capital of the world. So yeah, I mean, like my hair tonight too. The managers at the end of my 3-hour shift, the manager paid me, $42 cash, and it was really busy. I was surprised because the weather here is not great. It's supposed to maybe snow later. It's cold and just damp and rainy, and it's the kind of night I would never go out on, but yet so many of these people were out there, and I'm just like, God, I mean, I guess I'm just a hermit, I can't imagine voluntarily going out on a night like this. But for work, I guess I have to. For work, it's different. When money's involved, it's like, okay, I gotta go. But yeah, going out voluntarily, I didn't think it would be that crowded, but I was told by the general manager that it's when the weather's bad, they get packed. So it was definitely packed. It was fairly hectic trying to. A lot of it just still kind of went over my head as far as like who's going, like moving, like putting people in tables, and there was like a 2-hour, 3-hour wait list of people that they were managing, and they would have to like call people to let them know their table was ready. And that looked kind of annoying. I was surprised we didn't just like somehow text them, maybe automated, but apparently it's like all through Yelp. That's the only way you can get on this wait list at Pieces. So, I mean, I like the board games aspect for sure. I can see how if you don't care about board games, I can't imagine how you would work there very long, because it's like, especially in my position, because you're just constantly like getting the games back from people as they leave, and then you have to go run them back to the game wall like 20 yards away, and this wall is huge. It's like probably 30 yards, and it's kind of like sectioned off by type of game and things, and like whether it's 2 players or whether it's family or whether it's a classic game like just checkers, or Sorry. But yeah, I mean, it was but I kind of felt in a way, the girl that was like kind of assigned to me to just kind of take me through things, like, I don't know, my hearing's not bad, but I definitely have like auditory, some sort of issue with auditory processing due to my autism. And I could barely understand anything she was saying, because she even did admit that she did have a speech impediment, which was like, it wasn't really that bothered me. It was like, it was more, I don't know if it was like the volume she spoke with, or it just wasn't very clear, kind of mumbly. I mean, I had to ask her to repeat something, like almost everything she told me. I had to like seek clarification, or figure out what she was trying to say. And so there was a younger guy also working. He was really sharp. He hadn't been there that long, but I mean, he definitely had. He mentioned he had experience at other restaurants as a host, I guess. So I could tell he was pretty comfortable in what he was doing. And they told me there's no break time in a restaurant. And he was working an 8-hour shift. He got there at 3 p.m. He'll be there until 11 tonight, at least. Could be longer than that, because they're open till 1. And he made it sound like, I don't know, maybe he was mistaken, because they're open till 1. So I don't see how maybe he thinks he's closing the place down, but if he gets off at 11, he's not. Or maybe it was the other way around. Maybe he thought, I don't know what he was thinking, but basically no breaks, which is weird. I've never had a job before where you didn't get at least like a 15-minute break, like twice a day, and like at least some sort of like break to eat, because I didn't have anything to eat before I went there. I actually was hoping to just grab something quick at the bar before I was like clocked in per se and start working. But as soon as I got in there, this general manager was like, "Oh, hey, ready to start?" I'm like, "Well, yeah." I mean, I just said yeah, because I wasn't going to be like, "No, actually, I'd rather stop and eat something first, since it's only 4:45." So I kind of like, I just had to, so I just tried to play the game a little bit, and but I enjoyed like walking around the place. I don't know, like maybe it's my Leo moon nature, but I just kind of like parading around and looking good and like walking like I have a purpose and like gracefully and and just like helping, just doing random things. Like I filled up people's water carafes. It's kind of, I don't know if you like, there's places that put like big water carafes on the table and you give it to them and they first sit down. And of course, like, and then later on, like I went around and like looked for ones that were almost empty and asked if they wanted more. And they almost always say, yeah, because it's free. And, but I felt good. Like I felt like I was getting the hang of things. Like it's not a hard job. It's just a matter of like, you're just on your feet. You got to think on your feet. You have to like, you're just kind of like, but you get in the zone. And like, it was nice getting in that zone because like, if you watch my earlier video today, I had that energy that I needed to like burn. And I feel like it definitely did that. I channeled it into this 3-hour hectic work shift at a packed restaurant where there was a 2-hour wait for tables. And people were coming in and I just felt bad because like they just thought they could walk in and get a table on a Saturday night, which is not that uncommon here in St. Louis. It's not like every place. It's not like Dallas where like every restaurant, every like hot place in town is just like a long wait on a Saturday night. Here but it's also the nature of the game, of the board game thing. It's like people are playing a game and they typically play until they're done. And there's really not a way to know that for sure. And people are encouraged to stay and play their game. It's not like at a normal restaurant where people, you're kind of like, restaurants kind of want you to leave like after you get your check and you pay. And like, unless you're like ordering dessert or like another round of drinks, it's kind of like, okay, you guys need to leave now. People are waiting. And, but they don't do that here, which is nice. It was interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I have to think she'll give me the job if I want it. She didn't want to talk to me tonight because it was so busy when I left at 8 o'clock. And like since it's a new location, so they're definitely still ironing out a few things that there's definitely still some kinks they're working out, I'm sure. So that's fine. I didn't expect her to sit down with me like after this shift. Frankly, I was ready to go because I didn't eat beforehand. I was hoping to eat something there before, but I didn't eat. And I made it through the 3 hours, and luckily I didn't feel hungry. I was just focused and in the zone on doing the things I needed to do. So I like that. I like that element of working when you can get into that flow state. My job now doesn't really allow me to get to that point, the one that I've been on leave from since September. So that was nice. I haven't really felt like this since I was working at the hotel back in almost 4 years ago now, summer of 2021 and early fall. Yeah, so I think that's it for now. Okay, so I think I'll get the job, but like I just can't accept $14 an hour, and I gotta think my minimum here has got to be like 20, but there's no way they're gonna pay that. I mean, unless I'm like in a manager role of some kind. Like maybe she was so impressed with me that she'll just like say, hey, like, do you want to be a manager? And if they're paying me $20 an hour, then sure. I mean, I felt like in a way I was babysitting these, especially the girl. Like, just, they had more experience than me in the actual job since they've been doing it longer, but you could tell, like, in terms of life experience, they were very, very green, as they might say, in the Army. And, like, for example, here's one. This girl, whenever anyone came in and did not put themselves on the waiting list, she would tell them right away, there are 19 people ahead of you. Like, that doesn't tell anybody anything. And towards the end of my shift, this one customer, this one guy, this couple walks in, and the guy is like, "What does that mean?" And I'm thinking, like, just tell them how long the wait is. Like, that's all they want to know. They don't care how many people are ahead of them. They just want to know, how long is it going to be? Like, it's like that kind of common sense life stuff that younger people don't seem to learn anymore, or like way later in life than it seems like they should be. Or maybe they just never ate out in restaurants as kids and they didn't understand the concept of never having been in that position. They didn't really know what they wanted to know. But I told her, I was just like, I would just tell them how much time it's going to be. That's all they want to know. But anyway, I think that's about it for now. Yeah, we'll see what happens. And well, thanks for watching, and I'll just see you on the next one. Okay, bye.